So just going to do a quick half hour. Because I'm not feeling too great today. I've changed the art style quite significantly using a shader add-on. So I attempted to do this toon shader yesterday. It turns out I did followed a tutorial that was for non URP. So then I attempted to do it in a shader graph, which I'd never used before, and I couldn't quite grasp them because I'm using the latest version of Unity. Most of the tutorials don't differ from. Seems they've updated something in one of the later versions of Unity in the shader graph, and most tutorials don't conform to it. And whilst if I already knew for the most part what XYZ did, I'd probably be alright with it. I don't, so I'm not. So I've added a toon shader style. I mean, it made the pig ridiculously less curvy compared to how it was, which is not a bad thing. And check out these angles if I set it back to the normal. Okay. There. So it's quite a significant change. I quite like it. I like the more minimalist style. There's quite a few games out there these days that go for that. The shadows seem a bit off. I may need to revisit that later. I think that might be just unrendered. It might look better once I've built the game, but I'll look into that later. The character's now white and doesn't give off any shadows because the capsule I applied, put cast shadows on. Oh, it might work now because I've done a bit of changing about. When I had cast shadows on before, it, hang on, there's no shadows. Thought it looked a little bit odd. I think I've disabled shadows. I'm not sure how to go about this. There were definitely shadows before. Could it be because I changed this from... Yeah. Okay, so... There we go. Wonder what's going on there. That's better. That'll do for now. But yeah, it's coming together quite nicely. My dog's just sat behind me growling at me. Standard. What? What do you like? Come on. Come on then. Got a nice fresh groom yesterday. Ain't yours? Lie down. So I've got 3 placement items: the bed, the fire, and the rack. Now the rack's what I'm trying to sort out at the minute, but I've been putting it off. I put it off a few times because of X and Y. Now the fire, animations changed quite significantly since I changed the render pipeline settings, but I quite like it. I mean, it's very solid, but I quite like it. I might keep it like that. So yesterday I didn't do too much on the game other than messing about with the pipeline, but what I did implement was I crafted a bed, which I did the day before. I can now place the bed down and rotate it, which should come in handy when it comes to like crafting like a hall. Now that's a whole different ball game, crafting a house and that. I haven't come to terms with how I'm going to do that yet. There are a lot of tutorial videos out there, but I'll probably give it a crack on my own first and see. Now, there is a hammer you can craft, which, yeah, for some reason the crystals turn completely purple, but which kind of makes the icon wrong. But I quite like the actual look. These rocks don't seem to match the grey from the other one, but I can live with that for now. So I craft a hammer, so that all these look a little bit different, more stylized because of the new lack of jagged edges. But the main one's the pig. They can't get over the pig. Anyway, these still do nothing. They're in the pipeline, but what the hammer's going to do now, when you left click, it will hammer and repair things. When you right click, it will kind of dismantle. It will not dismantle. That'll become interactable again. That will turn into okay, you can't drag it on there. So that'll turn into that, you know. So once the bed's down, it's not down, and then you have to destroy it. But there will be durability loss when you do things like that with the hammer. So it's not as unforgiving as Ark, where you lose half your resources. Yeah, there's still some, just a few quirks at the minute with the placement, but the placement's going to be I kind of work on it when I'm stuck on other things. I'll go to that just for a bit of a, because I kind of know what I'm doing. But for now I need to figure out a way to get this cooking, just to activate the cooking panel. So at the minute that will activate the cooking panel, I believe. I won't activate it, but it won't error. However, if I put another one down, because it is instantiating a prefab, it will be like, we don't have a UI for you. That's because the UI isn't instantiated. Now, sorry, is it the prefab? So the issue is, if I make it a prefab, which I've done with inventory slot and the list template, I just have to make this particular bit of prefab. Which is fine, I guess. That's probably the right way of doing it, but I am potentially going to have a bit of code here. So, like as I do on the crafter. Anyway, We'll worry about that later. So the code at the minute takes the cooking panel and sets it to false on the start, so it makes sure the cooking panel isn't enabled. And then cook screen enables the cooking panel, and what it's going to do is pass in the list that is created in here, so that I can use the same panel for multiple different food racks, and depending on which one I go and interact with will show a different list of containers. I'm not sure if this is the way I'll end up doing it, but this is what I'm going to try and do. So everything will be stored within that food rack, but when you interact with it, it'll pass the information to the cooking panel. So toggle cooks screen legitimately right now just turns the panel on or off, which is fine. What I need it to do is on activate script. So I've got so what I need to do is create a few. I wanted to clean this up because it was getting a bit messy. So I'm just gonna have to go silent for a minute. Right, I'm back. Not, like I say, I'm not staying for. I'm really not feeling too great. So I'm going to try and get at least this to open the menu as it was doing the other day. That's what I was doing. Employee. Go with ignite, cook, etc. etc. And sleep. I sometimes hate it when like auto finishes something. Right, so when I press activate, if the code has ignite fire, it will go. If it don't, it won't do anything. If it has full cooker, it will go cook, which will do the pass info. So that's why it's no longer working, because it's got halfway through coding it and then switched to my focus because I got stuck. Okay, so go. So again, I'm just going to run this for now. Then if I do that, it should be back to where it was in terms of using stuff, etc. So okay. Okay, I thought that would have worked. Oh. So where the hell am I? Where's this toggle cook screen? Should it be on here? I feel like it should be on here. Scripts, toggle. There we go. So the plan is, you got back button doesn't work yet, but you got, for example, a piece of chicken. You click the chicken whilst this menu is open. It gets put in here. There's a timer. Eventually, it'll get put down here, unless you take it out before the timer ends. So, what I do need to do, that's just reminded me, every pick up bubble item, so all these, actually, they all need it. Game user, object usable. So, for the sake of these, what? Here we go. So that's that. That's that. So I need to add a script to all of these that will. Is it the item flag? Yeah. So. They all are consumable. Actually, no. Crafting region. So I don't want them to be able to cook these until, or eat these until they're cooked. Now, I've got something in here, so if it's a crafting region, I need it then to detect if it's a so if it's crafting region, it should always have a certain script attached to it. Same way if it's a placeable, it's always got object placement script, but that script doesn't exist yet. I need to write that. So I'm going to create a new script, and it's going to be read. I spell region. I feel like I'm spelling it wrong. A little bit on that up. Hello. My dog was. How are we doing? My dog was going mental at me. Well, no, it wasn't my dog. I thought my dog was going mental. It turns out it was a dog outside, and I kind of panicked. Yeah, Regent. I had to Google it. That's how you spell it. How are you today? If you're still here. I have to rename the script now. It's never fun. Better now than later. Right. So if feeling a bit lousy today. I'm not going to be streaming for long. I don't know, I'm just really tired. I don't know if you've noticed, I've changed the art style using URP, so it's a little more. So this was the pig before, and the cow and the chicken and the trees. Both like a smoother, minimalist kind of art style, but I'm not a big fan of the shadows, especially on the sheep. So I'm hoping that it's fixable, but other than that, I do like it. It also makes it a bit less obvious which asset packs I'm using and things like that, which is good because I'm probably using the most common low poly asset packs known to man. See them everywhere because they're good. But yeah, if I can't fix the shadows, I'll I'll have to rethink it, but I think I can. I've not fully tweaked it. I've kind of used... So I followed a guide for about an hour yesterday on making a shader, a toon shader, Breath of the Wild. And I finished it and it worked and everything, but I finished it in a separate project. And then I ported it in, and then I realised that this specific code was for non-URP. So what looked really good but won't work with URP. So then I started messing about with shader graph, which I've never messed with before. And I'm like, this is too much, so I ended up just getting a pre-made one. And I do want to learn shader graph because it's a powerful tool. It's a powerful tool, but for now, I think I'm going to stick with this one, even if it's just a placeholder. Just I need to get the game into like a, kind of visualise it, if you will. This will help let me do that, I think. So, which one is it? Not in. Is it activate screen? Yeah, that's it. No, it's absolutely right. I'm just sorting out my scripts a little bit so I can make it look better. Oops, random T there. Right, so if it's crafting region, I need it to then. So I'll only ever assign it in the crafting region when it's got the region script attached to it. So I then need to go for the regent dot. Still spelling it wrong. It's right in front of me. Equals. Dot reusable dot get component region, and then execute whatever code I want to put in this. So if it is a region, it's never going to be actually visible except as a collectible. It's only ever going to be in the inventory, passed around the inventory screens and all the screens. So you've got the pickup. So for example, a chunk of lamb, only ever going to be pick upable, but you're never going to see it on your person. You're never going to see it anywhere. There is you're going to feel like you're going to see it on the food rack, but that's actually just going to be a different prefab depending on what meat you put on. But this food rack's going to have food appear, but that's going to be smoke and mirrors. It's not actually going to be the piece. So I think for now. So if I click, so that code is if I click it. So if I click the screen, then it needs to detect which other windows open. For now, I'm just going to go with the cooking one, and then I will make it variable there. So let's void move to move to other, I guess. Move to current panel. I'm overthinking this. Doesn't matter. Okay, so move to current panel. It will take in. So entry dot instance dot. My brain's gone. I shouldn't be doing coding. I should be doing things that are like just making things look pretty or setting up items today. I'm just not with it at all. But I've gone like 3 days without doing much coding, and I feel like I need to not drop the ball. Anyway. So for now, let's, like I said, go with just the cooking panel. Cooking object. Cooking panel. Cooking panel dot get component. So what I've done, I don't know if you saw earlier, I've added a list of game objects. Now, these may well transform into something other than game objects. This is going to be a list of the food that's going in. In fact, it should definitely be, which is my scriptable object, my inventory stuff. So, and that pickup contains all the information I need in theory. So, okay, so topic component, fill cooker, message. So the cooking panel dot fill cooker. Dot add. So let's see if we can get this to work. Game object dot get component. Details. Dot. That needs to be put into here. I didn't make it public, did I? Right. So that, not going to do anything visually, but if I keep an eye on this, got this food in, which is empty. Hopefully it will add whenever I click to it. chicken, and then click on that. Just realised I'm in full screen, so I can't keep an eye on the thing I wanted to keep an eye on. Not bad. And it's still empty. That's because I never assigned anything. I never even put the region thing. Oh my god. I'm less than useful today. I'm going to get this working and then I'm calling it. I might do a bit later. But I don't know. Oh, did I add the region? No, I just added the flag. Add these to the bottom. And then I'm just going to force the cooking panel for now. Which is in the UI. Ugh. One thing I hate about Unity is when you accidentally click off something, when you're trying to drag stuff in onto the inspector, but because you click on something else, it changes what's in there, and you have to find your way back. I do wish you could have a split view. Now I did add a second project once, but whenever I changed this one, the other one changed. So, I mean, there probably is something. There's probably some third party, if nothing else, to do that. But it is just an annoyance. Right, so I need to click UI. Don't click anything other than this. Okay, okay. Give this a go. If I can just get this to add to the list for now, I'm going to be quite happy, because that's not really a good chunk of it. But we still need to pick all these up as well. So I need some meat. This ain't going to work. Well, it is going to work, but I've just realised that I need to have something else other than crafting region. I need some like uncooked food or something rather than crafting region, because otherwise, what's the difference between adding that, which didn't work, where's the fill cooker script? That's not even on there. Why did I assume? So, what did I apply to that? Toggle cook screen, that's what it was. Toggle cook screen. And that passes in okay, so what I need to do, rather than have the panel game object, I do need that for later, but yeah, it's decent, isn't it? It's definitely better than what it was. Public game object. I forgot what they're called. Rag. That'll do. So it's this that. Yeah, it's a universal render pipeline shader. So yesterday I spent an hour trying to get this one working. One sec. And I did. I got it working, but not on this. So I followed this guide, and it legitimately looks really good. It came out like that. I was really impressed with it. well, no, it came out like that. I was really impressed with it. And then I realised that that was for non-URP stuff. And I was just like, what a waste of time. So then I played about with shader graphs for a bit. Couldn't get my head around it because I've got the latest version of Unity, and all the tutorials are actually now outdated for shader graph. Not massively outdated, but for someone who's just starting out, they were not user friendly for me. So I ended up just going to Asset Store and buying one. It's one I've had my eye on for a while. I'm a bit annoyed I didn't buy it a couple of weeks ago when it was on sale, but it was like 50% off, but hey ho. But yeah, it's transformed my game quite a lot, so I'm happy about that. Anyway, what was I doing? Right, so I need now I'm having a moment. Oh yeah, that's it. Assign the rack to this for the time being. This is only temporary, just to make sure the logic works. Then I need to make it more variable. But if I add that, let's make sure this is fully up to date with stuff, and that's good to go. Kill the chicken. The fire looks a bit odd as well, but I kind of like it. It's completely changed the way the particle system looks. But yeah, I do kind of like it. Nice. Right, so here we go. Wish me luck. Okay, I didn't get an error, but it didn't add it to the thing. It's supposed to add it. Yeah, I'm going to call it in a second. Really not feeling great today. Oh, I might have to steal your damage numbers code later, by the way, Dan. Thanks. You have no choice in the matter. You need to get Prime back as well. You're playing it. Have fun in your meeting, if you're still here. And Dan, I'm going to go on Discord in a sec.